you have to take the active immunization or vaccination for that. And that's how baby is going to build up the immune system or the knowledge to fight with the infections in the future.
So it's like I'm training the people inside my house
Yes.
कि जब चोर सच्ची में आए तो कैसे पकड़ना चाहिए और उसको भगा देना चाहिए. तो antibodies are those trained cells.
Even if you missed out the vaccine window between 9 to 12 months, it is always better to take at that time. So better late than never.
मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं खुद दवाई लेते टाइम इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया और सोचा नहीं, लेकिन बच्चे को एक दवाई पिलाने से पहले मैं इतना मतलब पढ़ चुकी हूँ उसके बारे में कि मैं थीसिस लिख सकती हूँ ऑलमोस्ट.
Child is looking healthy, eating healthy, just not mean that the baby is protected. You can be healthy but not protected.
और ये डिजीज़ उतना टाइम भी नहीं देता है.
24 hours you can have a rapid progression from simple symptoms to a very life-threatening symptoms, I would say. His daughter, who is 12 years old, she had just a minor fever and cold and cough. By the time the child went to the hospital, she was declared dead. And they did analyze what was the bacteria which caused this infection. It was nothing but the meningococcal meningitis that the child was diagnosed with.
Welcome to the Debina Banerjee Show. I feel like every parent today belongs to at least one kids health advice WhatsApp group. जहाँ एक पेरेंट बोलते हैं डोंट वरी, बच्चे हैं हमेशा बीमार पड़ेंगे ही, और दूसरे पेरेंट बोलते हैं बिल्कुल वक्त ज़ाया मत करो, जल्दी भागो हॉस्पिटल. And suddenly you are sitting there at midnight staring at your child wondering, am I overreacting or am I not reacting enough? I have been that parent more than once. And what made it worse is that I didn't actually understand what I was looking at. I didn't know what was serious and what wasn't, because I didn't really understand how my child's body was fighting disease in the first place. So today, no WhatsApp group, no relatives, no other advices, but just doctors who would be answering my questions that I really needed answers to. Today, we are joined by Dr. Snehal Jhaveri, a consulting neonatologist and pediatrician with over 22 years of experience caring for children in Mumbai. He practices at multiple hospitals including PD Hinduja, Nanavati Max and Criticare Asia, and also works with several school clinics around the city. His experience in both hospitals and communities give him a unique perspective on children's health. Also joining us is Dr. Mahesh Vinayak Sulakshani, a pediatrician and neonatologist with 22 years of experience in child healthcare and neonatal intensive care. He trained at Seth GS Medical College and KEM Hospital in Mumbai, Pune's Ruby Hall Clinic and Jupiter Hospital, and has worked extensively in pediatric critical care. Today, he practices in Pune while contributing to clinical research and child health projects. Welcome to the Debina Banerjee Show. मदर के सामने दो pediatricians बैठे हैं, तो आप समझ सकते हैं there's so much of real knowledge, information और questions होंगे आज. Oh my God! आज का podcast है. It is also for myself and not only for the show. So I'm a mom myself. I have two daughters, Liana and Divisha. तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मैं सब कुछ जानती हूँ almost, you know, और as a mom ऐसा लगता है. एक बार ऐसा लगता है I know it all, और एक बार ऐसा लगता है कि मुझे कुछ नहीं पता. तो my baby is getting to have my milk means उसका immunity already है, और कभी-कभी समझ में नहीं आता है कि है कि नहीं है. सो टुडे आई वांट टू आस्क यू कि व्हाट इज़ इम्यूनिटी, और वो कैसे आता है एक बेबी को, कब तक रहता है, थोड़ा सा आप मुझे एकदम स्टार्टिंग से बताइए.
Sure, you're correct. So you're partially right that breast milk gives the antibodies to the baby, and yes, some amount of immunity is definitely given by the breast milk. That's passive immunity. Over a period of time, the passive immunity wears down. The body has to produce its own immunity, because the lifespan of antibodies which are transmitted from the mother, from the breast milk or from the placenta is a limited period of time.
You have two types of immunity. One is what the mother transfers to the baby when the baby is inside the womb, as well as through the breast milk when the baby is born. During this period, when the baby is on breastfeed, they do get enough antibodies to fight for the infection for an initial period. That's called as innate immunity or the natural immunity. Actually, you call it as a borrowed immunity. The baby is borrowing the immunity from the mother.
Okay.
But then it doesn't last long. It fades over a period of time. And then the different antibody has different lifespan. And then the antibodies in the baby's blood starts declining. And then baby has to start buying the antibodies. So one is borrow from the mother. Second is buy. How do you buy these antibodies? So baby has to get the vaccines to buy this actively. That's called active immunization. And the second one is baby has to get exposed to the environment to learn to fight those viruses or bacteria to get the adaptive immunity, the innate immunity and the adaptive immunity. Borrowed immunity versus you have to buy the immunity.
पहले ही मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है सब
हो
मुझे
गया।
समझ में आ गया, लेकिन अगर कोई बच्चा ब्रेस्ट मिल्क नहीं पीता है तो
And the mother is at a particular age, she has been exposed to all kind of infection during her motherhood, during her life. So those antibodies are circulating in her system also. So when the baby is in the womb and the placental circulation is going on in the body, baby receives some amount of antibodies from the mother. Maybe the mother not breastfeeding definitely, but some amount of antibodies which are given through the placenta is already in the baby. May not get additional antibodies from the mother because the mother not breastfeeding. That doesn't mean that there's got no antibodies with it.
The time varies as far as the
See,
mother's
depends on
immunity
the-
levels. Mother's immunity level, how much time the baby was inside the mother's womb. Some babies are premature babies. They would have a lesser amount of antibodies. Some baby stays up to 40 weeks inside the mother womb. They'll have a better antibody transfers. As you had correctly said, some babies are breastfed completely, some are partially, some are not. So those who are completely breastfed, of course, going to get more antibodies. So this is the way the baby's immune system would initially be be ready to fight the infection. But as I mentioned to you, it fades over a period of time and it's variable time. Once it fades, baby has to take care of its own infections.
क्योंकि not every mother gets the chance or has enough breast milk to feed. तो फिर
Correct.
उनको ऐसा कभी ऐसी घबराहट ना हो कि if it is only dependent on breast milk तो हाय मेरे बच्चे को तो कोई immunity नहीं मिलेगी.
So even if she is breastfeeding, doesn't mean that she's completely protecting her child. She will still require something to push the baby's immunity levels higher, so baby can produce antibodies to fight infection in the future.
तो कई बार ऐसा होता है लाइक जब बच्चा अच्छे से खाना खा रहा है, एपरेंटली मतलब हेल्दी है, ऐसा नहीं कि हेल्दी दिख रहा है, हेल्दी है, उसका इम्यूनिटी भी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, मतलब बीमार भी नहीं पड़ रहा है, मन में ऐसे आता है कि वैक्सीन की क्या ज़रूरत है, ऐसा मेरे भी दिमाग में आया था. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू आस्क कि इसमें सच्चाई कितना है फ्रॉम लाइक अ डॉक्टर.
So as you said that child is looking healthy, eating healthy, is playing and is absolutely happy child, that just not mean that the baby is protected. So that means healthy is not protected. You can be healthy but not protected. So you have to get that protection from somewhere. As we were discussing, the protection either comes from mother or you have to buy that.
Yeah.
Once the time you have to buy it, you have to take the active immunization or vaccination for that. And that's how baby is going to build up the immune system or the knowledge to fight with the infections in the future.
That summarizes the situation that a healthy child is not automatically a protected child.
Not at all. It's like you have to prepare yourself for eventualities in the future. Like how you have in your offices or in your schools, you have fire drills to keep you ready to fight when actually fire happens. Okay, so when you're exposed to that particular kind of an environment or situation, you know how to act. Similarly, the vaccine acts the same way. Okay? It has trained your body in a particular way. So when you really come across that particular infection, so your body can generate enough antibodies to fight that particular infection. So you are not really affected majorly because of that particular infection.
It's a rehearsal for the real life events which is going to happen.
So it's like I'm training the people inside my house
Yes.
कि जब चोर सच्ची में आए तो कैसे पकड़ना चाहिए और उसको भगा देना चाहिए.
Absolutely.
तो
कैसे
उसका
बचना
एक
चाहिए, बस.
उसका एक ड्रिल. तो
Yes.
एंटीबॉडीज आर दोज
To
ट्रेन्ड
fight, yes,
cells.
yes.
The mother is the I think the best
Yeah,
teacher
absolutely.
because for the first time she's not learning for herself.
Absolutely.
She is learning every inch टू प्रोटेक्ट. मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं खुद दवाई लेते टाइम इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया और सोचा नहीं, लेकिन बच्चे को एक दवाई पिलाने से पहले मैं इतना मतलब पढ़ चुकी हूँ उसके बारे में कि मैं थीसिस लिख सकती हूँ ऑलमोस्ट.
आप ट्राई भी कर सकते हैं.
They want to at any cost protect their babies. That's why
Absolutely.
they are mothers.
और एक चीज़ जो मुझे बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग भी लगता है और मुझे ठीक से समझ में नहीं आता है अभी तक, you know, कि देर इज़ अ गवर्नमेंट वैक्सीनेशन लिस्ट जो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से होता है, और एंड देन देर इज़ अ सेपरेट लिस्ट विच डॉक्टर्स गिव कि ये वैक्सीनेशन आपको लेने चाहिए. तो मुझे ये अभी तक समझ में नहीं आता, आई मीन करेक्ट मी इफ़ आई एम रॉन्ग, मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि दीज आर ऑप्शनल, कि ये ले भी सकते नहीं भी ले सकते. सो इज़ दैट ट्रू? हाउ इम्पॉर्टेंट इज़ इट टू टेक ऑल द वैक्सीनेशंस दैट इज़ लिस्टेड इन द प्राइवेट doctors?
You said that there are some vaccines which are available in government which are free of cost, government is giving to the public, and then there are some vaccines which your doctor would recommend that these are additional vaccines, not the optional. We never say optional because diseases are never optional, they'll always come without telling you I'm coming, so they're never an optional vaccine.
ना, लेकिन एक फीलिंग होता है ना कि गवर्नमेंट ने बोला है, मतलब इतना तो मुझे कर लेंगे तो चलेगा.
When the government decide what vaccine to roll out in the national strategy, those vaccines, those diseases are of immediate burden to the country, and because we want to protect the public in large, and then those strategies are made differently. The what they call as universal immunization program, which is government rolled out program for the vaccination or immunization for children, those has different strategy to go into the public, so that's for the public at large. While when you go to the doctor and ask them if there are some other vaccines which I am missing out, doctor will always tell you there are some vaccines which are not covered in the government setup, but those are also important. Only because they are not a part of the UIP or the government list doesn't mean that those diseases do not exist or of not important. They are highly important and they do demand protection, but then because government has a different strategy to roll out this vaccination, like you have BCG vaccination against tuberculosis, measles vaccination, then there are DPT vaccination, polio vaccination, which government does take care of them. But then there are some diseases which are also of importance, but then you have to take that protection separately. So I would always say that those are additional vaccine, not the optional vaccine. So there is nothing as an optional in the vaccination.
See, the country has a very good governing body, pediatrician, in the cabinet of pediatrics, and every state has a state body, or every state pediatricians are very well connected, and they see the frequency of disease which are happening in that particular state or city. They give a feedback to the association that these amount of diseases are prevalent in a community, but still the vaccines are not offered by the government. So what can we do to get those vaccines in our country for our children? So then the body approaches manufacturers, maybe in India who locally produce them or internationally where they're produced, and if they can get those vaccines for protection to the kids, which will help them fight that particular kind of diseases. So those vaccines are available in our country because of a very robust pediatric setup which we have got, and which gives a good feedback to the community, to the pediatrics centers and the pediatric associations, where the occurrence of disease is still there and it needs to be taken care of. Government also gets these feedback. So certain vaccines earlier which were not there in the university program, like the rotavirus vaccine, pneumococcal vaccine, which were not earlier there, but we were available 5, 7, 10 years in the practice, it was available. But then government realized that these vaccines are also important, and they have gradually introduced them in some states, these additional vaccines. So now they are part of a UIP. So I'm sure with more and more data coming in and more support and the benefits which have been given by the vaccines, which are additional vaccines in the community, and the government sees the effect on the ground level, they will gradually, I'm sure, will get them into the university program. It's a matter of time.
So apart from the government bodies, we also have the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, which is a central governing body for the advices regarding the pediatric care. They do get clinical research and data, the data which comes to them, then they analyze which vaccines are also important apart from the government vaccines which are provided. So you have the UIP schedule, then you have the IAP schedule, Indian Academy of Pediatrics schedule, which almost all the doctors, pediatricians would know that they have to follow this. So some vaccines do come into the category of IAP vaccine apart from the UIP vaccines.
The pediatric body knows of India knows that और क्या-क्या बीमारियां हो सकती है
कम्युनिटी में,
हाँ कम्युनिटी में है, प्रिवेलेंट है, लेकिन बहुत ज़रूरी है,
बच्चे लोग के लिए प्रोटेक्शन करना जरूरी है जिससे उनको तकलीफ ना हो आगे जाकर.
हाँ, तो उसके लिए पहले से वैक्सीन लगा लेना ज़रूरी है.
And those diseases which are of less researched or they do not have enough data, probably they will not come into the regular vaccination schedule. But then we have enough data to support on some diseases which do exist and they can attack anytime. You have to have vaccinations or immunity against those diseases. That doesn't mean, as I mentioned to you, the vaccines which are not mentioned in UIP does not necessarily mean they are not of importance. They are also of importance, and you must ask pediatrician about what all vaccines apart from the universal immunization program you have to offer to my kid.
ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि चलो
See,
मेरे
immuno-
आसपास किसी को नहीं हुआ तो नहीं होगा.
एब्सोल्युटली ऐसा होता नहीं है. आपके आसपास किसी को हुआ नहीं तो आपको होगा नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. सो if other child falls sick, that can come to your child also. So you have to make sure that your child is also equally protected.
Looking at this chart, there's one vaccine that I kept coming back to and that I genuinely wanted to know about. It is the meningococcal vaccine, MCV. And before I ask you what the disease is, there was this parent who came across an article जहाँ पे एक meningococcal outbreak हुआ था, तो उससे उनको curiosity हुआ, उन्होंने डॉक्टर को पूछा और उन्होंने ये vaccination लिया. तो what about other parents? What about somebody who by chance has not come across that article? I want, this podcast, this snippet maybe, somebody to come across and learn about it. There are certain things that you see somewhere and that hits you because आपको लगता है ये क्या है नया, आप उसके बारे में research करते हो, you find things.
I'm sure you are referring to a parent who's recently read an article in the Times of India where there was a outbreak in an army barrack where 2 people had succumbed to the disease,
Yes.
meningococcal disease. And then it really created a panic because people know that this is a serious illness which can spread into the community very easily. And it's a serious illness. So she went to the doctor and asked, what is this meningococcal disease? And is my child protected against this meningococcal disease being a very deadly disease?
So I'm sitting in front of 2 pediatricians and
Yes.
As a
asking,
parent.
as a parent, what is this meningococcal disease and what is the vaccination and how much does it protect?
Meningitis per se, itis is inflammation. Itis is inflammation, just like your appendicitis, appendix inflammation. You have conjunctivitis, you have conjunctival inflammation. So meningitis is inflammation of meninges. So what are meninges? Meninges are actually the coverings of the brain and the spinal cord.
Oh.
These are the covering of the brain and the spinal cord. If the infection reaches to this covering, then it can actually cause damage to the brain. And as the doctor was currently telling you that this is a very dangerous disease and can have symptoms which is variable from just a simple fever to sometime cold cough to high grade fever to neck stiffness to headache to blurring of vision or photophobia where you can't take the lights in very easy way. So that's how the symptoms could vary. And the meningitis refers to the infection in the brain coverings and the spinal cord covering.
तो इसलिए उसको दिमाग का बुखार
बोलते हैं,
बोलते
but
हैं.
one of the primary maybe identifying factor is that is called as or it attacks more in the central nervous system and the meningitis. डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला ऐसे.
जो पहली बार इस वर्ड को सुन रहे हैं मेनिंगोकोकल मेनिंजाइटिस, तो उसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे टू द पेरेंट?
So meningococcal meningitis is caused by a bacteria. The name is very funny, but you don't have to remember it. Neisseria meningitidis is the bacteria. And this bacteria is dangerous in terms that once it enters your body, it spreads very fast. It doesn't give you enough time to kind of detect or even treat. And then it can spread from, as doctor was telling you, it can spread into the brain, spinal cord, blood, and other organs. And can
How
get
fast?
Very rapid.
And the presentation is very ambiguous. A lot of viruses can also come similarly. A lot of other bacteria can give similar symptoms. So it's very ambiguous. By the time you have skin rashes on the body, I think you're already late diagnose the disease.
So within 24 hours, you can have a rapid progression from simple symptoms to a very life-threatening symptoms, I would say. I have some story to tell you here. It's a real-life experience what I had gone through my patient. There was a family who were shifting to the United Kingdom, London. The father was a banker and he had got a job there. The family was trying to relocate there, and they came to my clinic 2 days prior for just general health advisory for travel medications and everything. And he said my his daughter, who is 12 years old, she had just a minor fever and cold and cough, and they were asking me whether we are fit to travel. Since most of these symptoms are like flu-like illness, and then we tend to say that okay, for 2 days of paracetamol and you should be fine and you should be able to travel. The father went back, got ready to travel to London. They had a late night flight, and the child was still sick while traveling. The child did had a mid-air serious attack, and then it was like she fell unconscious. She had convulsions, seizures. Emergency landing was declared, but they could not, because they're very close to the Heathrow airport. They have to get down directly to Heathrow. The paramedic staff was ready to take that child. This was just 24 to 48 hours. By the time the child went to the hospital, she was declared dead. Just because, and the retrospectively, when they did analyze what was the bacteria which caused this infection, it was nothing but the meningococcal meningitis what the child was diagnosed with.
So apparently it looks like just a normal fever or just another disease, but it is it could be
life-threatening. It is rapid progression of the disease. It can progress very fast.
Because you don't get time to detect or treat, and it progresses so fast, you should have some protection against this particular disease. So because we don't detect it, the number doesn't come into a highlight. How many cases you are seeing in a month or a year. And then, as I mentioned to you, government will always have strategies based on the numbers which comes to them. If you are not able to find out these cases, the government is not going to roll out this particular vaccine into the government schedule. But then, as a child, I'm sure that the banker who we're speaking about was giving that precious care to his own daughter. But she lost life just because she wasn't protected.
वो बहुत ही आम नहीं है, बहुत ही स्पोकन अबाउट नहीं है, तो लोगों को शायद उतना ज़्यादा नॉलेज नहीं है. तो आई थिंक वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट इट मोर सो दैट अ लॉट ऑफ मोर पीपल हियर अबाउट इट एंड अ लॉट ऑफ मोर पीपल अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट हैपन्स इफ द प्रिवेंशन इज़ नॉट डन. क्योंकि इसका कोई क्योर है क्या?
So the cure is there. If you detect it and treat it on time, the cure is there. The antibiotics do help you to treat this disease. But as I mentioned to you, since we have very limited time to diagnose and treat, by that time the child would have had serious infections, life-threatening illness or life-threatening problems in the body. We should always protect it in hand. So that's important.
The first step of protection is vaccination. So if you vaccinate the child from the disease, chances of you developing any complications because of that particular disease is really eliminated. I'm not saying you'll never have it, but if you have it, you will not have morbidity or you don't have bad consequences because of the disease.
So when you talk about any disease, they talk about the mortality, the death rate, and the morbidity. Morbidity is how badly you are affected even after the successful recovery from the disease.
So are there any survivors of this disease?
Yes, 10 to 15% of them would have some or the other disabilities because of this particular illness. That can cause hearing loss. Sometimes you can have seizure disorder for life. Seizure is your convulsion fits for your life. Sometimes you have limb damage causing needs amputation, where you need to cut off that particular body part because of this particular infection, because as doctor said, that runs into the blood also, and that can damage the end organs, that can damage kidneys, that can damage liver, lung, and almost all the organs may be damaged because of this particular bacteria. And that's how, even if you survive or recover from this particular illness, you still have a high chance of having the bad effects of this through your life. Amputation, you have a lifelong disability. Hearing loss, lifelong disability. So there are some
minimum brain damages. They can have behavioral disorders. You can have paralysis depending on what part of the brain is affected.
You may lose your life, or if you survive, you may still have some disability.
A parent, they can go to any extent to, टू बी देयर फॉर द चाइल्ड, मतलब उसको ठीक करने के लिए किसी भी हद तक जा सकते हैं, लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इफ़ इट इज़ नॉट प्रिवेंटेड पहले से, देन यू नो you'll have to, whether the child will have to live forever with a damage.
Some sequelae, something. Basically, meningococcal meningitis, the prevalence is so high across the world. It's reported that the death occurs every 2 minutes by the disease meningococcal meningitis, and that's why the WHO plans to eradicate the disease meningococcal meningitis by 2030 from the globe.
छोटे छोटे बच्चों को हो सकता है, तो देन आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट कैन हैपन टू एनीबडी. आइडिया मिल गया है, काफ़ी डर भी गए हैं, बट इसका एक वैक्सीनेशन भी है जैसे आपने कहा. बट उसके बारे में अगर हम लोग थोड़ा सा विस्तार में जाने की, कहाँ पे वो वैक्सीनेशन मिलेगा, किसको मिल सकता है, किसको लग सकता है, तो वो थोड़ा सा आप डिटेल्स में
Very
बताइए.
important. So there is a vaccine which is available named as MCV, meningococcal conjugate vaccine. Meningococcal conjugate vaccine. This vaccine is available in India, can be used from 9 months. There are 2 doses for babies at 9 months and 12 months. There are 2 doses below 2 years. If you are taking it above 2 years, it's only 1 dose which may be needed after 2 years. But it is recommended that you take it early because the disease can strike early. You need to protect those small kids where the diagnosis and the treatment is going to be difficult. So 9 months is the earliest time where this vaccine can be taken, and the second dose after 3 months, which is around 12 months, you are supposed to take. Now, that's how the vaccine is placed inside the schedule of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. The vaccine is advised for travelers. Then this vaccine is required for infants also, because the disease could be really severe, difficult to diagnose and difficult to treat in infants and small children. So you need to protect them also. And then the third population which we look after is the teenagers or the college going students and children who are staying in hostels and other community areas where the circulation could be higher. So those children also needs protection against this particular disease.
Right person to approach is a pediatrician for the vaccination. जैसे meningococcal वैक्सीन के बारे में जिसको आपको ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन लेना है तो आपका डॉक्टर जो पीडियाट्रिशियन है, he will give you more information regarding the vaccine. आपके भी 2 बच्चे हैं तो you can ask them कि मेरे बच्चे की उम्र इतनी है तो वैलिड है कि नहीं, उनको कितना इंजेक्शन लगेंगे हिसाब से. So that is the way the pediatrician guide you regarding the vaccinations which is required for your kid.
If a parent has just missed that timeline of 9 months and 12 months, so we should not be feeling that, oh my god, ये तो नहीं हुआ.
So even if you missed out the vaccine window between 9 to 12 months, then if you're coming late to the pediatrician, or if you have a knowledge which is you have recently acquired and you want to give that vaccine to your child, it is always better to take at that time. So better late than never.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better
Better late than
Better late
never.
Yeah.
So as a parent, I can summarize the fact that, meningococcal जो डिज़ीज़ है, ये जिसको दिमाग का बुखार भी बोल सकते हैं या ब्रेन फीवर भी बोल सकते हैं, जिसकी सिम्टम्स बहुत ही आम है, मतलब फीवर as simple as having a fever. तो और हम फीवर को समझते ही नहीं आजकल कोई डिज़ीज़, तो इसीलिए हम लोग बहुत ही कैजुअली ले लेते हैं. बुखार आया 2 दिन, थोड़ा सा मॉम्स आर ऑलवेज टॉट टू जस्ट सिट बैक, कीप पेशेंस. जबकि एक माई होती है जो एक फीवर भी आए तो आधी रात को भी डॉक्टर को फ़ोन करते हैं या और बोलते हैं कि बुखार आ गया, और सबसे पहले यही बोला जाता है कोई बात नहीं, बुखार है, ठीक हो जाएगा. अगर 2-3 दिन में बुखार नहीं उतरा तो आप ये करें वो करें, और ये डिजीज़ उतना टाइम भी नहीं देता है.
तो इसीलिए इसका प्रोटेक्शन, प्रिवेंशन होना बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि इसको टाइम मिलता नहीं है डायग्नोस करने के लिए, ट्रीटमेंट के लिए. तो ये वैक्सीनेशन और भी इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, क्योंकि जैसे मदर्स दे डू गेट पैनिक फॉर एवरी फीवर, एंड देन द पीडियाट्रिशियन वुड ऑलवेज टेल देम ओवर फोन प्रोबेबली कि पेशेंस रखो, 2 दिन घर पे रहो. मदर ने सुना है कि अरे मेनिंगोकोकल नाम की बीमारी है तो 24 घंटे में तो ये वर्स हो जाएगा, तो फिर कैसे पता चले. सो इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू टॉक टू योर पीडियाट्रिशियन अबाउट द प्रिवेंशन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर डिजीज, because if you have taken the vaccination, the chances that your child is protected against the serious illness. So obviously you are at much peace even if the pediatrician say keep patients stay at home for 48 hours.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and my kids are big. They are traveling abroad in universities, and when they were small, the vaccine was not available. But when they went abroad, they needed the vaccine because it was mandatory in those particular countries to take the vaccine. So they took the injection. Then they were teenagers, so they are also at high risk because they're staying in dorms in the universities, where the vaccination is advised by the universities to be taken before they attend the dorm.
And if you love to travel, so to be tension free, best is to get them vaccinated and get yourself also
So there is
vaccinated.
never a missed opportunity for this vaccine. If you have missed it, take it.
So we are flooded with so many informations
Right.
today. मतलब there's no dearth of information. आप Instagram खोलो, WhatsApp खोलो, relatives बोलो, Google कर लो. अब तो और भी कुछ कुछ है. AI से आपको इतने informations मिलते हैं.
Right.
तो मैं इन सबको समराइज करके सारे पेरेंट्स के तरफ से इंस्टेड ऑफ आस्किंग एन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आई वांट टू आस्क द पीडियाट्रिशियन सम कॉमन क्वेश्चंस दैट माइट कम इन द माइंड बिफोर दे स्टार्ट doing their own research. Let me ask a pediatrician. अगर ये डिजीज़ बहुत रेयर है तो ये हमें नहीं हो सकता.
Rare is a very relative term, because rare क्यों है? क्योंकि वो रिपोर्ट नहीं हो रहा है या इसका इतना अवेयरनेस नहीं है, इसके लिए इसको रेयर बोलते हैं. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Rare means that it is underreported either. But as I said, that Indian Academy of Pediatricians have reported cases all over the country where there is good prevalence of this disease, and it exists very much in our country, very much in our backyard. So there is nothing rare about it. It's not, the only thing is that they're not much heard about it because whatever the reasons may be. So media is not very much focused on that, or they have not picked up those cases which have occurred in various parts of the country where the disease is prevalent.
But various parts you are saying, na?
Various
Not
parts,
a
not
particular
it's
place ki.
absolutely, it's across the country you will see the disease.
So rare doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It could be just that the underreporting which is making the number of cases lesser. There could be many more cases which are not getting diagnosed. I told you it's very difficult to diagnose. We have very limited time in hand. So the number of cases reported as the disease, meningococcal meningitis, are lesser. But there are
See, there
cases.
is clinical impression and there is something which is like you give a proof where you have an autopsy or we have blood culture samples or the जो पानी निकालते पीठ से देखने के लिए कि इंफेक्शन हुआ है कि नहीं, उसमें प्रूफ है कि नहीं. तो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ टाइम जितना टाइम रहता नहीं है कि सब जगह पे अपने को वो रिजल्ट आए, और बाय द टाइम वो रिजल्ट आए मे बी वी हैव लॉस्ट द पर्सन, एंड दैट थ्रू दैट statistics or through that game or through the process of reporting और वो separate हो
हुआ ही
जाता
नहीं है.
इसके लिए तो पिकअप नहीं होता. बट वी जैसे हमने बोला फीडबैक मिलते रहते हैं फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर द कंट्री फ्रॉम पीडियाट्रिशियन की डिजीज है, एंड वी हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ cases where the vaccination is available, a vaccination is seen, and but unable to confirm the diagnosis because of sometimes we don't have the resources and sometimes we don't have the time.
And sometimes you self-medicate yourself, take an antibiotic, and you don't find that bug inside your body because even a dose or two of antibiotics can kill that from the system, but it can still damage your organs. So that's why it's very difficult to even diagnose that particular bacteria.
मतलब कम है, कम सुनाई देता है या मेरे नॉलेज में नहीं है मतलब नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
अपने देश में है, प्रेवलेंट है, लोग उससे बीमार होते हैं, उससे अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी लूज सम लाइव्स आल्सो. सो द डिजीज इज वेरी मच इन द कंट्री.
जैसे पुलिस के सिंपल टर्म्स में बताते हैं ना, दैट इग्नोरेंस ऑफ लॉ is not ignorance, it's a crime.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is like a brain opening session for me also, and I'm so glad I'm doing this podcast today because I really want the moms who go to lengths and breadths to protect their child. And अगर मतलब genuinely जो चीज़ knowledge में नहीं है या सुनाई नहीं दिया या हम लोगों ने ठीक से notice नहीं किया, तो उस चीज़ के बारे में वो एक गैप रह जाए. And is it really important that the government should have added it in their list?
I think so. The feedback they're getting from the Indian Society of Pediatrics, which we are having, And the population of the country is so big that any company to give so much of vaccines at one particular time is going to be difficult. So the government has to come in liaison with the manufacturers of the vaccine. Not only one time, it's going to be a maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the line where there's a steady supply of the vaccine in the community. तो वो सब workout करने के लिए government also needs time. The manufacturers need that kind of capacity. So I think once that falls into place, we'll come in time.
But we should not be waiting.
Government के लिए क्यों रुकना? You have to take, see, everything government can't do for you, right? Government trying the best to do things for you, but you also take action. So if, where you can take action for your babies, for your kids, when facilities are available, you have to give it to them.
So whenever you open the internet again, मतलब हमारा main source of information is the internet and we cannot live without that. और उसमें सबसे बड़ा तो मैं बोल दूँगी इंस्टाग्राम. आप जो सोचते हो वो आपको दिखा देता है. तो उसमें पता नहीं, आई मीन देयर आर लोड्स ऑफ राउंड्स गोइंग ऑन अबाउट साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स ऑफ वैक्सीन. जब भी हम एक और नया वैक्सीन के बारे में सुनते हैं हमें समझ में नहीं आता है दैट इज़ इट सेफ फॉर माई किड और नॉट.
So very important question, is vaccination safe? Vaccination is the safest strategy to prevent again any diseases. So there are always a misinformation which runs in the society about safety of this vaccination, because there are always going to be some minor side effect like fever, local injection site pain, and then sometime you get little soreness here and there.
Nausea,
But those are
vomiting,
very general side effect or the after effects of the vaccination, because when the vaccine is going inside your body, it is triggering your immune system. And when the immune system is triggering, the antibodies are getting produced, the army is getting ready. When these antibodies are getting produced in your body, there is always going to be some amount of reaction which is in the form of mild fever, just local reaction, sometimes soreness at the injection site, थोड़ा सा दर्द होता है. ये बहुत ही मामूली साइड इफेक्ट होते हैं कोई भी वैक्सीनेशन के. तो वैक्सीन का जो साइड इफेक्ट होता है ये यहाँ तक लिमिटेड होता है. इससे आगे कोई भी एसोसिएशन सीरियस इलनेसेस से वैक्सीनेशन का नहीं है, क्योंकि कोई भी वैक्सीनेशन जब मार्केट में आता है तो उसके पीछे बहुत सारे सालों की मेहनत होती है, रिसर्च होता है. ये रिसर्च के बाद ही ये वैक्सीनेशन बहुत सारे ट्रायल्स के बाद, फेज़ 1, फेज़ 2, फेज़ 3, फेज़ 4 ट्रायल के बाद मार्केट में आता है. अबाउट द सेफ्टी ऑफ द मेनिंगोकॉकल वैक्सीन, दिस वैक्सीन हैज़ ऑलरेडी बीन रिसर्च थरली and then only it has been approved to be used by the doctors for usage in children. So meningococcal meningitis vaccine has a extensive safety data and effectiveness data, and this vaccine can be used 9 months onwards, and you can ask your pediatrician about this vaccine. It is very safe vaccine used in more than 50 countries, and it is backed up by years of research and safety profile.
How wonderful.
We also advise some patients, if they have previous histories of some kind of reactions to vaccine, to stay put in the clinic for some time, half an hour, 45 minutes. They can rest it out and see if everything is fine. Then they can proceed towards their home for the vaccinations. So वो एक है. और unless there is somebody has got for seconds कुछ bad reaction आया, तो we have a very good system where we have reporting of adverse vaccine reactions, which goes to the particular company, it's reported in the society, in a board, in the pediatric board, or health record is maintained over there, and they research over it. कि क्यों हुआ? Is there a problem with the vaccine? Or sometimes each human body is not the same. Everybody reacts to a particular kind of an exposure different way. तो किसी को किसी चीज़ का वैक्सीन में किसी में कुछ मटेरियल यूज़ कर उसके एलर्जी है क्या, उससे प्रॉब्लम हुआ है कि जो वैक्सीन का कंटेंट है, जो बैक्टीरिया है, जो वायरस है, उससे प्रॉब्लम हुआ है. सो देन वी ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द रेयरेस्ट ऑफ रेयर कॉजेज वेयर दिस हैपन. नॉट सेइंग इम्पॉसिबल, वेरी वेरी रेयर. सो ओवरऑल वैक्सीनेशन इज वेरी सेफ, very safe, for your kids, and it's well researched, well taken care of, with all safety checks in place, because it's not only in your country, it's given globally.
I should have actually had this conversation 2 years back, or not listen to any WhatsApp forwards or any suggestions by any aunt, or no matter, like nobody whatsoever.
Good take home message.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually मैं बैठे बैठे ये सोच रही थी that if vaccination has eradicated diseases from the country itself, you know, there are proofs.
Polio is
हाँ,
going and already smallpox
smallpox.
eradicated.
I know, and it is not many years की बात है. My nanny had a smallpox, and she was a survivor of smallpox. She had those marks on her face, and it's not that मतलब ancient कोई कहानी मैं सुनी हूँ कि हुआ था, and within a
देखा
span
हुआ
of
है, it's in front of you.
within a span of a few years वो देश से निकल गया और मतलब ग्लोब से इरेडिकेट हो गया just by vaccination.
Right.
अभी पोलियो का आई होप लाइक द लास्ट
We all hoping
फेज
for that.
चल रहा है एंड यू नो हम लोग इतने नाउ वी नो कि अब पोलियो डोज है तो भाग के जाना है बिकॉज इतना अवेयरनेस हो गया है. सो आई मीन बिफोर वी शुड बिफोर थिंकिंग कि अच्छा गवर्नमेंट जब करेंगे तब करेंगे, द डिजीज वुड नॉट वेट, राइट?
Right.
So we have to sometimes, you know, go by the pediatrician list. अगर हमारे
Always.
पास absolutely.
So the correct information for you will be given by pediatrician.
Absolutely.
That has to be your first source of correct information, because pediatricians are the one who had first-hand experience with usage of these vaccines. They use it only when they are sure that it is safe and effective to your child. So you always ask your pediatrician about the safety and efficacy of any vaccination.
I feel that mothers are the shield for their babies and also the family. And, you know, we know that whom to go to, a pediatrician, you know. और मुझे पता है कि, you know, सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत कब पड़ती है? रात को 11 बजे. मुझे तो 6 बजे भी पड़ी है, 2 बजे भी पड़ी है. खैर, पर उस टाइम पे अक्सर अवेलेबल नहीं होते हैं डॉक्टर्स, मतलब हो भी जाते हैं लेकिन इट्स नॉट यू नो फीजिबल टू यू नो डिस्टर्ब एट दैट टाइम. तो उसके लिए हमारे पास है चैटबॉट मीनिंगवेयर बोल के, ये आप लोग के लिए है. दस अ चैटबॉट अवेलेबल वेयर यू कैन आस्क ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस, बट otherwise you should always consult your pediatrician for all the questions that you have. And for that reason आज का ये podcast था जहाँ पे pediatricians को सवाल पूछ के मैंने सारे जवाब लिए आप लोगों के लिए. And next time that you go to your pediatrician for whatever reason it might be, but ask this question: what about the meningococcal vaccine? And your pediatrician will answer and guide you the best way. And coming back to both of you, thank you so much. I think आज का ये podcast as a parent मेरे लिए बहुत important था, and I'm going back home with so much information and so much you know ऐसी चीज़ें जो actually मतलब शायद कहीं पे मुझे पता ही नहीं चलता, but I know that it is so important for me to know that you know अगर वो मैंने कभी सुना नहीं तो नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा मैं बोल नहीं सकती हूँ. एंड यू नो कितना डेंजरस है. या आई एम माई बेबी इज़ हेल्दी, दैट मीन्स माई बेबी इज़ प्रोटेक्टेड. वो भी ऐसा भी नहीं सोच सकती. एंड आई नो यू नो आई शुड द नेक्स्ट स्टेप एक्चुअली, एंड आई नो द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. I should see my chart and go and talk to my pediatrician, because I know it is never too late than never.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then there is no age to this vaccine.
Correct. Thank you so much, Debina, for calling us on this show for this particular awareness, meningococcal meningitis and the vaccines available for that. If you have to put one word to this particular session, prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely.
For this particular disease, for this particular vaccine, prevention is better than cure. You don't want to have this disease in any which way.
Stands for all the vaccines. Prevention is better than cure. And thank you very much for keeping us on board your beautiful program. And hopefully we can help you out in the future with any queries which any parents have got. And we'll be able to help them out in whatever best way we can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
जल्दी मैं एक वो थी और सवाल खोल के बैठती हूँ आप लोगों के सामने.
Yes, we are more than happy to answer.